3.
Alrighty, so I'm going to show you how to do the tail braid. Now you and I both talked that Hugo's got a full tail with a full bone. So does Bear. His tail just happens to be cut short right now. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a shoelace. You need a pretty long one. I think this one's about 48 inches long. So you're going to need a shoelace, and then you're going to need a handy dandy one of these. Otherwise, just your fingers. And I'll show you when you're going to use this.
Or a coat hanger with a hook on the end.
Or a coat hanger, yeah. So if you want to come over here and look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the shoelace around my neck. And I'm going to start at the top of his tail. And I'm just going to do a French braid. So you're going to French braid down to where you want your giraffe bun to be. So, and that depends on who you ask. I like to keep mine near the top part of their tails, because that's traditionally where a docked bun would be. Some people say like halfway down their tailbones. I think that looks a little funny, but I just kind of do it probably 6 inches from the top of his butt.
And I'm poking his butt. That's the fat part on his butt cheek. That's where I like it.
Yeah, so basically the whole point of your tailbone is to make, your tail bow, not your bone, is to make your horse's butt look big. That's the whole point of this tailbone, in all honesty. Okay, so now I've hit my point where I'm just not picking up any more hair and I'm just continuing down. This is where I'm gonna add my shoestring in. So you're just gonna braid it in. And just like we did up on that main roll, we're going to tie the knot the same way, except we're just gonna do it with these tiny strings. So I try to get mine, when I braid, I really try to get everything down as small and minimal as like hair sticking out as I can. So right about here is where I'm good. Like I said, make the loop, and I'm gonna pull through and pull down. Again, making the loop, going through, pulling down. So this is where you would want to use your coat hanger or this tool. So what you're gonna do is you are going to stick it where you want your bun to come through. So you stick it down. Excuse me. And then you're just going to take your ends and you're going to feed them through. If you have a latch hook also works really good for this. Oh, bear. And I know we like talking about horse safety. Like they're always like, oh, never stand right behind your horse. Never stand right behind your horse because you might get your face farted on or you might get kicked. I guess you just have to know your horse. You can do this off to the side. I don't, obviously, because I trust Bear not to do it. But then you're going to pull it through, and you're going to pull like all of it through. Just going to pull. There we go. You're going to pull the whole thing through. And then what you're going to do is you're going to still take your coat hanger and stuff, and what you're going to do is you're going to thread it through. Right here. And this is basically going to act as like a lever for you. So what I like to do is I like to put my hand under here, pull tight, and then this is how you're going to make your bun. So you're just going to wrap it around. So I have my strings together. And at some point you're going to have to split your strings, which is, I think this is like the trickiest part, is to start to get your leverage. So then you're gonna tie just like a cross, a knot. Get it really tight, and then I like to do that multiple times. I like to do one on the top, one on the bottom, and then I pull this out. And usually your strings are never the same length, so then you just come up with what you have left and tie another one, and then at this point you just tuck them in. So wherever you have like a little bit of hair, you can tuck it in. Sometimes you get like this, like you get your ends sticking out. What I do is I have this really long one. I take my long one, and I just like, wrap it around. I use hairspray here at this point too, as well to try to get like my little flyaways down. So boom, like that. And then here's your knot on your tail. This is your nice knot. So then you're gonna use your tail bow. You can get tail bows, like I said, it's an online thing. You would order a set of them. Like I said, I homemade my stuff. So this is my tail bow. It's got a hair tie in the middle, a little bow, and a big bow. So fun fact, you're always gonna want your little bow on the bottom. So how I do mine is I put it over my knot, and then to make sure it's tight and not fall out when I'm showing, I just like cross it like a normal hair tie and rotate my big bow up. And then you can like sit here and fuss to make sure like homemade stuff sometimes doesn't always sit the most perfect. So I try to sit here and make it, and that just makes his butt look bigger. Another caveat is like, make sure your tail is clean. Same thing with the mane, don't show sheen it. If you're gonna show sheen your bottom and after you've done the braid. Bear's full of sweat marks right now. Like, make sure your horse's butt is clean. Like, this is like the key that they're looking at your draft horse. They're looking at their butt, their hocks, and stuff. And this is how you make a tail bow.